Good afternoon, I'm Sean Yao and this is One News Now. Voters in Tubaran, Lanao del Sur are now casting their votes 2 weeks after the COMELEC declared a failure of elections in the area. Over 1,000 military and police personnel have been deployed to 3 schools for the special elections. Recall that a commotion between supporters of candidates led to the cancellation of local polls in 3 towns in Lanao del Sur on May 9. Nearly 7,000 residents are expected to cast their votes in Tubaran today. The special elections, which will run until 7 p.m. later today, is crucial in determining the winners for local posts as well as party list groups. And human rights group Karapatan has expressed grave concern over the appointment of Cavite Congressman Boying Remulla as the next Justice Secretary. In a statement, Karapatan said that Remulla has a track record of red tagging and human rights violations, which makes his appointment problematic. The group added that the public can only expect more injustice and impunity, with Remulla heading the DOJ. For his part, Remulla believes that the media should be more responsible in their reportage. Remulla claimed, without elaborating, that media organizations are being weaponized by big companies.
Ayoko na i-weaponize sa media para i-brainwash ang Pilipino na naku, sasama ng mga Pilipino, sasama ng mga leader, sasama ng ugali. Pag lumaki ng ganyan ng mga bata na walang paniniwala sa kanilang bansa, ano maiiwan sa kanila sa atin sa future? Why don't we give ourselves, Filipinos, a chance to unite together? Why do we have to divide the country all the time?
Presumptive President Bongbong Marcos met with diplomats in his headquarters in Mandaluyong ahead of his proclamation this week. Mobile journalist Julie Baiza with the details.
Presumptive President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. had a packed day at his Mandaluyong headquarters. He met with 4 diplomats, beginning with Japanese Ambassador Koshikawa Kazuhiko. The two discussed infrastructure projects under the Japan International Cooperation Agency, as well as the deployment of Filipinos to Japan. South Korean Ambassador Kim In-chul also paid a courtesy visit. They talked about the revival of the Bataan nuclear power plant amid the country's power supply problems.
At yung nakapunta na rito ng mga expert na nuclear power para tignan ang Bataan Nuclear Power Plant para makita kung ano ba ang maaring gawin. We will now study their recommendations and their findings.
High-tech farming, medicine manufacturing, and microfinance for small businesses were the agenda during Indian Ambassador Shambhu Kumaran's visit. Lastly, in a courtesy call with U.S. Charge d'Affaires Heather Variava, climate change and the Mutual Defense Treaty with the U.S. were the topics.
Pinag-usapan namin the return or the re-signing or the extension of the VFA agreement and how it has to be redefined.
When it comes to his economic plans, though, Marcos admits that he might have little funding left for this year for another stimulus package. Recall that his cousin, Representative Martin Romualdez, endorsed by many to be the next speaker, proposed a new stimulus bill to be called Bayan Bangon Muli.
So meron pa tayong breathing room, pero konti na lang. And so that's why we will have to look to the new budget, the budget for 2023, which is presently being written.
Mobile journalist Julie Baiza, we are One News.
One News Now will be back with more stories after this short break. Keep it here. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. The local government of Polillo, Quezon has ordered to suspend the operations of Mercraft after one of their vessels caught fire at sea on Monday. Mon Gualvez with the report.
At least 7 people were declared dead and dozens were injured after this fast craft vessel caught fire as it approaches Real, Quezon. While some passengers were able to jump off, some were said to be trapped inside the vessel. Authorities tried to revive Shirley Davilla's husband to no avail. They were with their grandchildren to visit family and celebrate their anniversary.
Napakasakit po talaga, sir, na mawala ng asawa. Kami po may binubuhay na 2 apo. Ito po yata ang anniversary sa akin na tadhana.
Wally Calleja considers himself lucky to have survived.
Ako na wala ng malay ay. Oo, nung ako hindi ko na alam. Talagang gawa na ako sa dami na nainom kong tubig. At saka yung paglubog-lubog ko, pinipilit ko talagang lumutang ng kuwana.
Meanwhile, others recall how they jumped off the vessel despite having no life jackets.
Yung pong namin, lumutang po yung bag ko. Yung pong bag ko ang kinapitan namin parehas ng pamangkin ko.
Based on Philippine Coast Guard's initial investigation, the fire may have started due to engine error.
Ang napansin lang nila, biglang may pumutok sa ilalim sa ang namin sa engine room. At pagkasunod noon ay apoy na. It's either nag-overheat or may something doon na related doon sa engine ng barko na biglang pumutok.
A board of marine inquiry has also been convened. This is the second time Mercraft has been involved in an accident. The first was in 2017 when one of its vessels sank. This prompted the local government of Polillo to order the suspension of Mercraft's operations in their vicinity. For News 5, Mon Gualvez, we are One News.
Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. The Joint Committee tasked to canvass votes for the next president and vice president has now convened. Committee representatives are expected to finish canvassing within 2 days and to proclaim the duly elected top officials by Wednesday afternoon at the earliest. The Octa Research Group says that Metro Manila may see a weak surge in COVID-19 cases under a worst-case scenario. The COVID reproduction number in the NCR has slightly risen to 1.05, which is beyond the ideal threshold. Despite the slight increase in the R0, the NCR is still under low-risk status for COVID-19. And the COMELEC insists that it cannot postpone the upcoming barangay elections without a law passed by Congress. Incoming House members are looking to postpone the barangay polls, which is set for December 5, in order to save funds that could instead be used for COVID-19 response. For more updates, visit News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.